Good morning students, I welcome you all for today's online economics class, and today we will start a new chapter, that is chapter number 3 of your part B, that is problems, features and significance, features, problems and policies of agriculture. In our two chapters which we have discussed, Indian economy on the day of independence, and second was 5-year plans. After that third chapter is there, that is features, problems and policies of agriculture. First one we will discuss that what is the importance of this agriculture. Firstly, all of you are knowing agriculture is very important activity. Means in agriculture there is exploitation of natural resources for the purpose of cultivation of crops, rice, wheat, bajra, etc. And for that, what kind of importance it has in the Indian economy? First of all, it provides or it contributes for the national income of, that is GDP. Means it is the main source, or it contributes majority share of our gross domestic product, that is domestic income. Majority of income is coming from, that is agriculture sector. Second one is that is supply of wage goods. Obviously it provides us the goods like as rice, wheat, bajra, oil seeds, etc. for wage goods. Means it provides us wage goods. It also plays very important role for the economy, that is Indian economy. Third one is that is employment. All of you are knowing the majority of people who are living in India are working or employed in agriculture sector. It has no doubt that near about 65 to 70%, 65% people are working in agriculture sector. It is the secondary question how much they are contributing, but majority of the people in India, they are working in agriculture sector. Next one is industrial raw material. It provides us industrial raw material. It is also known as primary sector because it is the base for other sectors. That is for secondary, that is for tertiary, that is for quaternary. That is why it provides the base. It provides the raw material for industrial goods, that is industrial sector. And next one is that is wealth of nation. It is very common that land is taken as the asset we can call, or the wealth of nations. And obviously in India, the land which is available here, it is the wealth of the nation. Fixed factors, fixed investment is done on the land. Or otherwise the value of land is in crores or billions. That is the way it is the wealth of nations. And after that there are some features. Because this is the importance. We are now knowing it is very important tool for the economic development of India. But instead of that there are some features. First feature is that low productivity. As compared to other nations, the productivity of land per hectare in India, that is much lower as compared to other nations. Like as a farmer is working in India, if he or she has a 1 hectare of land, and another farmer who is working in developed country, take example in India, per hectare will give us 10 quintals, or 10 quintals, but the land per hectare in developed country, like take example in USA, that gives 30 quintals. It is the concept what is meant by low productivity. Second one is disguised unemployment. All of you are aware regarding disguised unemployment. It is very common in agriculture sector because in India joint family system is there. We have requirement of 10 persons, 10 laborers, but jointly we are working 50. Means working job is for only 10, but we are working 15. And that is not good for the economy. That is called disguised unemployment, and it is also the same. Next one is dependence on rainfall. Indian agriculture system is mainly dependent on rainfalls, on natural, we will say calamities, weather conditions. If rainfall will be good, definitely harvest will be good. Otherwise, it's vice versa. Next is that is traditional inputs. The technology which Indian economy in agriculture system is using, all the farmers in India who are using for the agriculture activities, they are traditional tools. There is lack of modern techniques like the tractors, threshers. Now next is small holdings. scattered land holdings, you can call it. A farmer has small piece of land, example half hectare whatsoever, is it? That is the hindrance which stops it from further development of the economy. And there are some problems also, is it? Little bit they are opposite of this, we will say are same, like not same, but to some extent problems are there. Firstly, lack of permanent irrigation facilities are not there. Above we discussed that the dependence on rainfalls. Mainly depends on the rainfalls because there are no permanent irrigation facilities. Is it? Second one is the deficiency of finance. No availability of loans. That is short-term loan or long-term loan. Is it? Short-term loan will be taken for the raw material like as seeds, chemical pesticides or other things. But long-term loans will be taken for the permanent irrigation facilities, tube wells, is it? Or something else. But that means there is deficiency of that. Less availability of finance is in Indian economy regarding agriculture. Next one is conventional outlook. It is very common. All the farmers have conventional outlook towards the agriculture activities, towards the agricultural crops. Firstly, they are what kind of quantity of crops they are getting. Firstly, the concept is conventional outlook, not as profit motive. Next is lack of organized market system, OMS. In India, no facilities are available regarding markets. Permanent market facilities are not there. Is it like as cold stores or just like we can call these mandis? Is it? Lack of all of these facilities is there. That is why farmer has to sell their crops or these cultivated crops on the low prices because there is lack of organized market system. Last one is small land holdings. Above we have discussed. It is the main problem that in India, not in whole India, but in majority of states, the land holdings of farmers, it is very small. Is it? That is why they are facing problems. Is it? And these are some problems which are facing in Indian agriculture. Okay, thank you.